Every morning, millions of people wake because a machine begins shouting beside the bed. Today it may be a phone, a smart speaker, or a watch vibrating on a wrist. But imagine needing to reach work before sunrise when none of those existed. No battery, no electricity, no cheap clock in the bedroom. In some towns, the nearest reliable clock was high inside a church tower. Oversleeping was not merely annoying. A baker could miss the hours needed to prepare bread before the market opened. A farmer could lose the coolest part of the day. A sailor could miss a tide. Later, a factory worker who arrived late might lose wages or even a job. So, who woke everyone up? For most of human history, the first alarm clock was the environment itself. People lived much closer to daylight because artificial lighting was limited and expensive. After sunset, homes became darker, and many families went to bed earlier than modern people do. At dawn, light entered through shutters, curtains, gaps in walls, and small windows. Roosters called, livestock moved, fires needed attention. One person waking could quickly wake the entire household. This system cost nothing, but nature did not care about appointments. Clouds could hide the sunrise. Winter mornings arrived late. Roosters were not precise, and some jobs began long before daylight. Communities therefore created shared signals. Bells from churches, monasteries, town halls, and watch posts divided the day into recognizable moments. In religious communities, bells called people to prayer at fixed hours, including before sunrise. In towns, public bells could announce openings, curfews, danger, or the beginning of work. A person might not own a clock, yet still live inside a schedule created by sound. But a public bell woke an area, not one particular sleeper. It also depended on someone already being awake to ring it. Inside the home, people used simpler methods. Families woke one another. Servants woke employers. Travelers asked innkeepers to call them. In military camps and aboard ships, guards and watch rotations ensured that someone remained awake while others rested. The solution was not a personal machine. It was another human being. Mechanical clocks gradually changed the possibilities. European clockmakers built clocks with alarm mechanisms centuries before. Alarm clocks became ordinary household objects. Some were astonishingly elaborate. Surviving examples include clocks that rang a bell and used a flint mechanism to light a candle. The machine did not merely wake its owner, it also provided light in a dark room. There was one major problem: cost. Early mechanical clocks were complicated, handmade objects. Churches, rulers, wealthy households, and institutions could afford them. Most workers could not. That limitation became far more serious during industrialization. Factory work changed the meaning of being on time. Agricultural work often adjusted to daylight, weather, and the season. A factory organized hundreds of people around machines, shifts, gates, and whistles. The machine did not wait because one worker slept late. Punctuality became part of earning a wage. Yet many workers still lacked affordable alarm clocks. In parts of Britain and Ireland, a strange profession filled the gap: the knocker-up. Before dawn, a knocker-up walked a planned route through dark streets. Customers paid to be awakened at a chosen time. For a ground floor room, the knocker-up could tap on a door. For an upstairs bedroom, a long pole reached the window. Some used pea shooters to strike the glass without waking the entire street. The job sounds comic now, but it solved a serious coordination problem. One alert worker could wake dozens of others. The knocker-up was a human alarm network. And the obvious question was, who woke the knocker-up? Some worked through the night or arranged their routines so they were already awake before their customers. The profession survived because the person providing the service did not follow the same sleep schedule as the people buying it. Human alarms worked, but they had limits. A knocker-up could become sick, arrive late, or tap the wrong window. Growing cities needed a device that could be owned, set, and trusted inside the home. In 1787, American clockmaker Levi Hutchins built a clock that rang at 4 in the morning, the time he personally wanted to wake. It was not adjustable for every user, but it demonstrated the basic promise. A machine could wake one person at one chosen hour without hiring another person. During the 19th century, clockmaking became more standardized and alarm designs improved. Antoine Ridier received a French patent for an adjustable mechanical alarm clock in 1847. In the United States, alarms became increasingly affordable as factories produced components in large numbers. By the late 19th century, mass-produced spring-driven alarm clocks had entered ordinary homes. A worker no longer needed someone outside with a pole. A wound spring stored energy through the night. At the selected time, the mechanism released a hammer against a bell. This was more than a new bedroom object. It transferred responsibility from the community to the individual. Then electricity changed the clock again. In the 1920s, inexpensive electric clocks began appearing in homes. They did not need daily winding, although they depended on reliable power. By the 1930s, electric models were overtaking mechanical clocks in popularity in the United States. Later came radio alarms, illuminated displays, battery clocks, and the snooze button, the small invention that allowed people to negotiate with morning for a few more minutes. Today, the alarm has almost disappeared into the phone. One device can create different alarms for school, work, medicine, travel, and reminders. It can imitate bells, songs, birds, or vibration. It can communicate with lights, curtains, and heating systems. But the basic problem has not changed. Every alarm is a promise made at night by one version of you and enforced in the morning by another. Before personal alarms, waking on time required sunlight. Animals, bells, relatives, servants, guards, innkeepers, or paid strangers carrying long poles through dark streets. As societies grew more organized, time became more exact. As work became synchronized, waking became a technology. The alarm clock did not simply help people get out of bed. It helped factories begin shifts together, helped trains and offices follow schedules, and taught entire societies to organize life by the minute. So tomorrow morning, when your phone begins making the most irritating sound in the world, remember what it replaced: a rooster, a church bell, a family member, or someone standing in the street tapping on your window. That tiny alarm is not just waking you, it is the final link in a long human struggle to arrive on time. Subscribe to Aha Cat for more stories about how humans solved everyday problems and how those solutions built the modern world.